Hello everyone, this is the Underage Trucker. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be having a look at whether or not CarX Street is a better buy than Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because obviously Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown has kind of flopped, to be honest. So I've been looking for alternative ways to kind of scratch that TDU itch, and I think a contender could be CarX Street. So I thought let's have a look at some of the comparisons that we can make between them to determine whether or not you should actually go and buy CarX Street rather than Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown to get that TDU feeling. Now, Solar Crown is £40 full priced, right? So it's not a cheap game, especially when you compare it to CarX Street, which is full price £15. Like, anyone can afford that. You know, £15 for a game, that's superbly reasonable. I mean, if we have a look at the racing firstly in Test Drive Unlimited, they built this game mainly to be a racing game. They said that themselves, even though that's not what Test Drive Unlimited should be. So the racing should be the best part of this game, and to be honest with you, the AI is broken, it's OP, and even then, if you have a good start, all it takes is one mistake. If you crash out, oh yeah, you cannot restart the race. On the other hand, what I found when I'm doing my races in CarX Street is it's not dead easy. You know, they're not giving you free wins out of nowhere. But the AI is definitely fair, or fairer, I should say. It's still a challenge. You're not necessarily going to win every single race. But what can you do? You can restart it. What a genius idea. So I would probably say I rage less in CarX Street when I'm racing. Now guys, I do also want to talk about the wheel support, because these are racing games and the best way you can enjoy a racing game is with a steering wheel. On CarX Street, I'm not going to lie, the wheel support's actually really good. It offers 900-degree steering wheel rotation, and it does genuinely play excellently with a steering wheel, whether or not you're in first person or third person. It works all the time, and look at this. I'm not even a good racer. I'm not even good at drifting, and it's making me look like a boss. I'm not going to lie, TDU with a steering wheel is actually shit. The wheel support's quite clunky. It feels like the game is better suited for controller play. You can see me kind of trying to use it, and whether or not it is in first or third person, there is just no, like, feedback, really. You turn the wheel and the car just doesn't respond effectively. It's quite hard to explain, and I don't know whether it's just me being, like, really useless, but I just couldn't speak the same language. On controller, it's fine, but with a steering wheel, it's just not enjoyable, man. Like, you look in first person and look at the steering wheel compared to the steering wheel that I'm actually using. It's just slow and laggy, unresponsive, and it's not even a 900-degree rotation. I just don't know how they haven't brought that into this game yet. I would definitely say Solar Crown is a controller game all day long, and I'd much rather play CarX Street on a steering wheel, and I'd much rather play Solar Crown on a controller. Now, when it comes to the maps, I'm not going to lie, both games are good. Test Drive Unlimited certainly has its moments, and for all of its flaws, the map is one of its positives. It is beautiful, and it kind of captures that luxury lifestyle feeling that the franchise is kind of aimed for. I wouldn't say it necessarily means that it offers a better driving experience, but, you know, you can look around and sometimes be like, you know what, this is a lovely looking game. And CarX Street is nice as well. I would say the map and the graphics and the vibe is kind of subjective, right? It depends on what you like. I find the map on CarX Street is generally a bit more dense. There is more traffic, although like Test Drive it can be a bit quiet sometimes. And I think it immerses you in a different way. It really does have a different energy compared to TDU. I would say this one's mostly down to personal preference. But what's definitely not always down to personal preference is the issues with the always online DRM. Obviously, we know that Solar Crown has an always online DRM, and at the moment, the game is seriously struggling. There is a very good chance, in my opinion, that this game is going to die. And if the server's shut down, that is it. That's game over. You will no longer be able to play this game. And that is a big risk for a fairly pricey game. On the other hand, you don't have that with CarX Street. It doesn't need to be online. And when it comes to racing games, I don't really care for online, to be honest. I prefer playing them as single-player story games. So if for whatever reason CarX Street did go down, guess what? Doesn't matter, because I like the game how it is right now. So even if they didn't add any updates, at least I can still play the game that I paid money for. You know, that is just such a massive bonus, because you don't need to worry about the servers going down. Yeah, generally just kind of going back to that attention to detail, like, TDU has fuel stations, but they're not actually fuel stations. They're used as fast travel points rather than an immersive gameplay element. What can you do there? You can go to a fuel station, you can clean your car, or repair it, or change your car, and that's not what a fuel station does. CarX Street, you go there, and you can refuel your car because driving around uses fuel consumption. You know, you need to monitor your fuel. Same with your tyres, you have tyre wear, and you can fix those at the fuel station if you want to, or refill your nitrous, and these are just little obvious details which, you know, why isn't this in basically every single game? Now, chaps, these are just a couple of the points that, in my opinion, make CarX Street at the moment a better buy than Solar Crown. So if you are kind of teetering on getting a new game and you're looking at Solar Clown? Yeah, basically is that. Solar Crown, then, and you're like, I just don't know if it's worth it because everyone's saying it's dog. Buy CarX Street, bro. It's £15, and you know what? It is actually a really enjoyable game. What I'll probably do, I'll probably make some separate videos on it as well, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of an idea on it. But kind of all in all, what I'm trying to get at is Test Drive Unlimited is like trying to be flashy, but at the end of the day, it's just expensive and doesn't work properly. CarX Street is actually very playable, and it's quite immersive, and it's a fraction of the price. It works better on a steering wheel. The graphics aren't worse. The map's not worse. The racing's more enjoyable, the driving and drifting is way more enjoyable. I just don't see a way that when games are being made at this sort of price point, how can Solar Crown survive? Because no one's going to want to play it. Let me know which game you prefer, if you're playing either of them or both of them or just one of them. It'll be interesting to know what you guys are doing as well. But in my opinion, I think that CarX Street is well justified in being bought over Solar Crown. It is just a no-brainer. But in the meantime though, thank you guys for watching this one, and obviously I'll catch you in the next one. Other than that, peace out.